Good evening, folks. This is K5LYN. My name's Lynn. I'm in Austin, and I'm a bit out of practice here, having been out of state for a couple of weeks. My wife and I went up to Ohio, where her family lives, and went north into Mennonite and Amish country. Stayed there a couple of days. It sure was nice to see those people still farming the land. They're doing nice work up there. We're glad to have them on the job. We get together here on Wednesday evenings and talk about the early days of single sideband. Buy-sell trades are appropriate if you're operating a vintage radio or want to sell a vintage radio, and everybody is welcome. I'm on the Heathkit SB10 from about the year 1959, excited by the Collins 310B from 1948, and I'm using all that to excite a bunch of other vintage radios here in the shack, winding it up with the Collins 30L1 and listening on the Drake 2B with the Q multiplier peaked all the way up. Good to be back, safe, and we'll look forward to better times as the sun gets lower and lower at this time of an evening. Let me see here. I think the first guy I heard was Bob, KA5CXG. What about it, Bob?
Yes, sir. KA5CXG out here in San Angelo. However, first day we did not get to 100, so we're doing good. Things are looking up. And I want to say hello to everybody, hearing everybody extremely well for some reason tonight. It's quite a change. Anyway, everybody have a good week, and we'll catch y'all next time. KA5CXG.
Yeah, you sound great, Bob, and it's a real pleasure to come back and find a bunch of people here ready to talk radio. I was afraid that we were all getting so tired of the summer heat and the poor propagation I wouldn't find anybody, but we got a good group here gathered. What a pleasure it is. How about Dan, KWOZ? Talk to us, Dan.
Wow. Hey, good evening, Lynn. Welcome back. Like I said earlier, but probably didn't get through. Yeah, this is, I spent a little time up in Michigan, a week up there. A little more than a week, I guess, and boy, beautiful weather, cool, clear blue skies, fresh water. It was fantastic. Everything was green. Look, just run the same old Kenwood 830, but I've got the homebrew pair of 813s on here and a different power supply. And believe it or not, this is a little lower voltage, but putting out a little higher power. I guess putting out more current, or capable of more current. And that's it. Antennas inverted V up there about 40 feet. Welcome back, Lynn, and I was interested in your little house out there. I'll have to see what that looks like when you get it laid out. KWOZ, back to that.
I'll send you a picture for starters, Dan. Hey, did you all drive or did you fly up there?
Oh, we flew, found a Delta jet non-stop, you know, one of those smaller ones. Non-stop to Detroit, non-stop back. Oh, we got up there. Everything was perfect. Had to wait 30 minutes at the gate because they didn't have any employees to set up a new gate. Then we rode for an hour in the airport to the rental car station because all the rental cars come out of one operation there. It was a 400-person wait. The line wound around 3-4 times. I counted the people in each line, and it was 400. Plus, there were about 400 people inside the sign-up box there, or whatever you call it, the office. It was incredible. 3-hour wait.
Okay. Well, yeah, we weren't that far apart. I was in northern Ohio, and we came back by way of Indiana, and I, too, appreciated the cooler temperatures up there and regretted coming back to find it still over 100 degrees, but not that bad. All right, Dan, nice work on your part. Anything else for the net this evening?
No, we really went up there for our 60th class reunion, so that was kind of interesting to see who is alive and who is where anymore, but that's it, another time.
Yeah, I made my 50-year reunion, then COVID took out the 55, and I don't know if there's going to be enough people left alive to pull something together or not anymore, but those kind of things are really fun. And by the way, we made the trip to Ohio because of my wife's 55-year-old, or 55-year high school graduation, so nice trips, a lot of fun. All right, let's see if Lyle, hey, K5LT, Lyle, you still there?
Well, good evening, Lynn, and everybody else on the net. This is Lyle, Lima Yankee Lima Echo, K5LT, located outside of Bernie, Texas, about 30 miles north of San Antonio, up in the beautiful hill country. And Tonight, I was running the Heathkit SB101, but every time I keyed it up, I popped the circuit breaker going to it and knocked me off the air. And so I gave up on that and switched over to the solid state rig, which is what I'm working on right now. So I guess half the rig tonight is Boatacre. The SB221 amplifier is still Boatacre, still got tubes. So I got that running out to the double extended ZEP antenna run to the cedar trees, and I see if I can figure out what's going on. Give me a project tomorrow to figure out what's going on with the Heathkit and get it back on the air without popping breakers and see what's going on. So nothing really new here. Lynn, glad to hear you had a great trip and enjoyed the cool weather. Glad to have you back and back on the net. Missed you while you were gone, and sorry to hear about the refrigerator. You need a good avocado green refrigerator last you a lifetime. So back to you, K5LT.
Very fine, Lyle. Beautiful signal into Austin, and good luck with your project there. Yeah, I'm glad we survived the trip, but you never know. And next time the refrigerator is going to be empty before we leave this house. I'm not doing this again. All right, I'm going to pick up KE5Q. Then I'm going to ask KL7CD when he wants to take a turn at net control. I'm going to wrap it up with KK5DR, then we'll give this thing to Jay. So, KE5Q, talk to us, Jim.
Hello. I don't know if this thing is working or not. K5LYN, KE5Q. I'm on the Swan 500CX, but I am barefoot. So I did talk to Doug about how he's driving his amplifier with it, and I may try that in the future. But anyway, we're using the Turner 454C, and that's going into the Ultimax 8040 double bazooka. So earlier we were on the 530S with the MLA 2500, so I'm sure there's a big difference there. I appreciate you calling, Annette, and welcome back, even though you had those problems. K5LYN, this is KE5Q.
Okay, Jim, the Swan's talking up a storm. I might wonder if the crystal oscillator is not quite exactly where it ought to be with respect to the filter. Your voice is on the crisp side. Other than that, it's doing a great job. Nice, strong signal. Okay, KL7CD. Hey, Mike, you still hearing me over there? Talk to us, K5LYN.
No, I hear you good, Lynn. KL7 Charlie Delta back to K5LYN. I missed Bob there in San Angelo. I missed his rig. I don't know. I'm trying to keep a rig report. Maybe you could tell me what his rig was.
Well, let's find out. K5CXG. Bob, you still there?
I'm still here. I'm on the 3001 that you brought me, Mike. I'm on that, and I'm on the old 751A.
Okay, I got it. Solid copy. Hey, Lynn, you're about 10 to 15 over. It's getting better all the time, so I hope you copy me. I fixed my rig. Took me a while. I was pretty busy, and I had to check it out and do some troubleshooting, and that took me 2 or 3 days, check tubes and all that kind of stuff. And I had 3 blown resistors in the ballast modulator, so I'm not surprised that I got audio or carrier on my signal. I have to adjust it every once in a while till this thing gets burned in. But anyway, tonight I'm on the Hallicrafters SX117 receiver, HD44 transmitter, the twins, with the matching power supply and speaker, and D104 microphone, 3001 amplifier running about 500 watts, something like that, up to a double bazooka about 45 feet in the pine trees and red oak trees here in Arkansas. KL7 Charlie Delta, back to you, Lynn.
Hey, wonderful signal, Mike. Yeah, a while ago when you had some carrier, it was a lot. Like it was enough that it desensitized our receivers such that it was kind of hard to hear your audio, but you got it sounding great now. Nice work on your part. And if you're interested in taking some check-ins later, I know people will hear you that don't hear the rest of us. So are you going to be able to hang around maybe?
Yeah, I'll hang around. I can do it. I'm not sure I can help, but I'll try.
Outstanding. Okay, let me talk to Matt here, and then we'll pass this thing over to Jay. Hey, Mr. DR, talk to us, K5LYN.
All right, Lynn, this is KK5DR, Matt. Out here near Page, Texas, out here on the Fat Chicken Ranch, where Sunday we recorded the highest temperature this year, 115 degrees at 2 in the afternoon. So, but right now it's about 95 out there, so it has been slightly cooler. No rain whatsoever. And the rig here is my Apache Labs Anon 7000 Mark II I-7, otherwise known as an Andromeda without the face. I think I'm one of like 3 people on the planet that have one of these things before they discontinued them and went to the G2. And I got an email from the CEO of Apache Labs saying that the G2 1KW I've been waiting on for since last December is supposed to ship on October the 30th, barring any more supply chain delays. So that's what's been going on with that. Just they've had severe supply chain problems and had to discontinue several models and then start up another line of products, and so now they're starting to ship them. So that's a good thing. We're looking forward to getting that thing, KW transceiver. And let's see, the rest of the stuff here is the amplifier is a GI7BT, a single GI7BT in an old SB230 box, and doing about 450 watts out right now. And the antenna is a double ZEP at 60 feet up in the air. So that's what we got going on tonight there, Lynn. KK5DR.
Yeah, you got some beautiful audio going on too, Matt. Very nicely done. 115, you know, I'm not doubting that at all. This is the first time I've ever come back to Austin and found not one single green blade of grass in my yard. So I know it was tough, and no rain here either. Anything else for the net, Matt?
No, that's about it. My 76BT project, which is a pair of GI7BTs in a 76A box, and I got an outboard power supply for it. Almost done with it. I had some problems that I had to fix. I might have it fixed this weekend and have it ginning here this weekend. So we'll see. That's about the only other thing I got going on. KK5DR.
Very nice. Keep us posted on the project there. Okay, for all you people out there in the world, we got 3 more net controls who are going to take a tour of duty here. So let's get everybody picked up. Jay, over to you, K5LYN.
All righty. We'll first, this is JKM5QS, and we are 36 days away from the Belton Ham Fest. So y'all can, we're just, it's about that time. The countdown is begun. All right, this evening, I didn't have the time to warm up the 820, so I'm on the 990, but my antenna tuner is homebrew, and so's the antenna. So, anyway, it'll just have to do for this evening. First one I have on the list is WB1E. Go ahead, Doug.
Well, thank you, Jay. Appreciate it. This is WB1E here in outside Bryan, Texas, and not far from the major metropolis of Reliance, Texas. And talking to you today on a Swan 500. And yeah, Jim, your Swan sounds great. I think I hate to say it, but I think there had been this thing was drifting around a little bit. But I did correct to the last 2 solid-state transceivers. So this is a transceiver. I'm listening and transmitting on this using a Electro-Voice 638 microphone. And Jim, I'm driving a pair of 4400s, about 130 watts in. and so that allows me to drive the input of the amplifier a little harder because they are the 4400s. They will take that, and they love it, actually. That was a retro mod, a resto mod of a Swan Mark 1. So I have two Swan pieces of equipment here, one driving the other. This is pretty cool. Pretty comfortable way to make a living here on the boat anchor net. So anyway, it's the inverted V up at a seat height of about 100 feet. Just homemade. It's not even really a V. It's sort of like a inverted Y. Pretty cattywampus, but it's tuned for this frequency. And in any event, welcome back, Dano and Lynn, for sure. Yeah, we finally got 0.2 of an inch last Sunday, and I stood out on the patio and said, "Hallelujah!" And you could just tell that it was turning to steam almost before it hit the ground, but I'll take it. Anyway, thanks for running the net, you guys, and all you new guys, too. It's always good to hear some new voices. But Rusty's been hanging in there, that Coca-Cola cowboy with a Robert Redford hair. He's been doing a good job. So anyway, this is WB1E. Back to net. Jay, go ahead.
Okay. CC Cowboy. Okay. All right. No, everything's sounding great down here, Doug. No problem. We had 3 inches of rain when Harold came through, and it actually ponded a little bit before I heard a giant sucking sound, and the earth just soaked it up. Been so long, it wasn't sure what to do with it. Anyway, alrighty, good to hear you, and everybody else sounds great too. WA5MTT, how about you, Mike?
Good evening, Jay, and everyone out there on the net tonight. I'm on the Collins, the Rockwell Collins KWM 380, and driving the Collins 30S1 amplifier. So I'm trying to keep the shack a little cooler, but not running all the tubes in the S line. And the mic is Electrovoice 664. So no rain here. Got just a little bit. Coming back from Lake Buchanan on Sunday, there was a real nice shower up there, and lots of wind in it. But glad to see it at any rate. But it never made it this far down. So anyway, back to you, Jay.
Alrighty. Yeah, it's well, maybe it'll. I don't know. It's got this weather's got to straighten up someday. We'll get some rain again, I'm sure. As long as it ain't a hurricane. We don't need no more of them. And pray for the people in Florida and Georgia and everywhere else over there, I guess. Alrighty, let's see here. K0 SED. Steve.
Well, good evening, Jay, and all the boat anchors. K0 SED of Tyler. And again, as usual, I'm on the trusty old Kenwood 520 and a Collins 3001. And a guy pulled 40-odd feet up in the air. And that's about it from up here. It's not 100 degrees for a change. Back to you, Jay. K0 SED.
Okay, Steve. You going to show up in 36 days?
No, I'll be in Nuremberg, Germany when you're at Belton.
Oh, that's right. You told me that before. I'm sorry, my memory's... well, good luck. Have fun over there.
I'll try, and I'll certainly be there in the spring.
Oh, very good. All righty. KB0UOZ. I thought I heard Perry in there a while ago.
Yeah, you did, Jay, and boy, the band's still not the best in the world. And anyway, if you're copying me okay while we're on there, we're on the Hot Water 101 here tonight, using the Shure 450 microphone, driving a ECA SP1000, and going through a new tuner. I bought a Pedestar HF Auto. I'm kind of liking it. Anyway, that's about the story here. Everybody have a great day, and we'll get. Well, I may not be here next week. We'll see. Anyway, Jay, thanks for being here doing that. KB0UOZ.
Okay, Perry. Yeah, it's still, band conditions are going to get a little better, but I copied you 100%, so everything's working good. Enjoy that tuner. One of these days, I get rich and famous, I may pick one up. Those things are pretty neat, although I've got a room full of tuners. Anyway, by the way, before I give Rusty a shot at it, I want to put something out there that I will bring to Belton. I don't want to ship it. That I can bring it to Belton, or I can meet somebody some distance from here. I have a few things. I have the Kenwood TS820, the one that I usually use. I have the also R820 receiver that I thought I would never turn loose of, but I just have got to thin the herd a little bit. Along with those items, there are a few accessories and stuff that go with them. So if anyone has any interest, you can get a hold of me and we can visit about it. What it'll be, it won't be. You're not going to have to rob a bank, but at any rate, they are on the market. So that being said, Rusty, you ready to take a few?
Yeah, I guess so, Jay.
All right, WK5R, KM5QS, your turn.
Yeah, KM5QS, WK5R. And you are still listening to the Boat Anchors Unlimited net. My name's Rusty, called WK5R, located up here in northeast Texas, halfway between Dallas and Tyler. Running the usual stuff, the Kenwood TS590S, the Tascam TM70 Dynamic Studio mic, that is driving into my homebrew GS35B amplifier, and that goes through my homebrew tuner. Up to my homebrew fan dipole at 50 feet. That's the station here. So, I don't have a list, so I'm just going to throw it open. Who else is out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
WB5OZZ.
Okay, I got Don. Go ahead. OZZ, Don, go ahead.
Okay, this is Don, New Caney, Texas. Running the TS520 original and the 922 TL922A Kenwood, all Kenwood here. And the antenna is at 55 feet, double bazooka, and that's about it. Over.
All right, Don, sounding good as usual. Now, there were some others in there. Who else is out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
November 5 Papa Foxtrot.
Good evening, Phil. What's going on in Mississippi?
Hey, Rusty. Well, a lot and not a lot. Doing good here. I've got a question, technical question. Since you're the amplifier surgeon on this net, I think you are. As far as I'm concerned, you are anyway. I got a 3001. It's been blowing tubes, one tube at a time. I think they were all the same socket. So I pulled it down. What it was actually doing, well, before it would blow the tube, it was blowing the pair of 10 ohm resistors in the B+ line going to the tubes. And I replaced the resistors and it would blow a tube. And the resistor got really hot. So it was current flowing. I pulled it down. I checked the voltages. Got good bias, 172 negative. Got good B+. Couldn't find anything wrong. So I put one tube in at a time, and I run through it, and they all lit up, and they all work one at a time in one socket. In every socket. Went through all the sockets. Everything worked. So I loaded all the tubes back in, lit it up. Everything lit up perfectly, so I put it up here and hooked it up to run. And when I turned it on, one of the tubes was not lit. I didn't have 6.3 volts. I took it down and I have checked it real good, and I cannot find a bad connection. I am wondering if there's a problem with Collins tube sockets, maybe. Could a tube socket be intermittent? 6.3 volts is a lot of voltage, and
a corroded tube socket might lose contact. Is my idea maybe close?
That's entirely possible. I have heard tube sockets be bad. You might try cleaning that and see if that fixes that problem. The only other thing that when you said he was blowing one of them, and I thought it was on the, I didn't know you had put them check them one at a time in there. But anyway, when you said it was blowing one tube, I was thinking. You said the tube was getting real hot, and I was thinking it was running away with itself. So I'm thinking maybe the parasitic was failing, but if you don't have any filament voltage, yeah, that certainly could be the socket, Phil.
I've got a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Phil, K5LYN. You know that not any 811A will go in a Collins 30L1 because they lay on their side. And are you sure that that all your tubes are the kind that can lay on their side without the filament shorting against the plate?
Well, I don't know. When I got them, it had 3 RCA jams and a Chinese tube. And I run it that way, I guess, for a year. Didn't have a problem. So I bought 2 more RCA jams on the internet, on eBay, and I replaced that Chinese tube plus one of the others with the 2 new ones I bought. I don't know that they were new, but they were still good. And I popped one of the tubes. That's why I ordered those tubes and replaced them. I had blown one. It wasn't the Chinese I blew. But I forgot a lot of stuff, and I'm having memory problems here, but there's a lot of current flowing to make those 2 parallel resistors, 10 ohm resistors, a total of 5 ohms. There's got to be a lot of current to burn those 2 watt resistors, I would think.
Well, okay, look at every single 811A that you have in there and make sure that the plate is vertical, not laying on its side on all 4 of those tubes. Now, somebody else may have another thought, Phil, but that's mine. That's the first thing I would do, over.
Yeah, well, they were laying that way. They're in there correctly. What I've got in there now, and I'm being real careful not to run this thing till I get the problem fixed, I bought 4 brand new, beautiful, physically matched Russian tubes. I don't know if they're electronically matched, but physically they are identical. And I've got them in there, and I do not want to blow them. It might take a while to get a Russian tube in here again.
Back to you, Rusty. That was my only thought.
Yeah, I agree with you, Lynn. That is a possibility. Those tubes will only fit in there one way because they got one pin that's larger than the others.
Correct.
So, I mean, but I know what Lynn's talking about. Yeah, that plate, you need to make sure that plate is vertical, not horizontal, because if it's horizontal, it'll fall down and short out on you when it gets heated up. So you might want to double check that. Anything else for the net, Phil?
That's it. I'm going to clean these sockets, and I might just replace the parasitics while I'm at it. All that stuff's corroded in South Louisiana, and in an unheated warehouse, and the temperature changes, and the humidity, and copper's not copper in there anymore. It's some other color. But anyway, okay, let me go with what I got. 73s, and thanks for picking me up. N5PF.
All right, Phil. And, down that far south, you can hear corrosion from salt water floating around in there, floating around in the air there. All right, appreciate you checking in. Okay, who's next for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
KE0DFO.
Okay, there was a 0 station, but he's real light. Try it again.
Kilo Echo 0, variable frequency oscillator.
Okay, it was a Kilo Echo 0, but I did not get the suffix.
KE0DFO, variable frequency oscillator.
Oh, okay. If you can hear him Mike, pick him up.
Okay, K0VFO, go ahead.
All right, good evening, Mike, and tonight. Hey, just wanted to say good evening. I listen to you guys often. Never joined the group before, but I do enjoy the boat anchor group. I listen to it in the workshop when I'm working downstairs. I do have several boat anchors on the deck here, and looking forward to wintertime when conditions are better. And I'll have to hit the group weekly. That would be a lot of fun. So right now I'm on an ICOM 7300, taking the easy way out tonight. But got a Sugar Baker 101 on the desk. I'll have to get that fired up for next time. And I've got a nice little Tempo 1 torn down and rebuilding. I'll get that on the air as well. Looking forward to that. So just wanted to jump in and say good evening, and I will send it back to Net. Rusty, you can take it here. If you can hear me, you can take it. KE0VFO.
Okay. I got him that time, Mike. Thank you. All right. Anybody else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited come now?
And what is your name and location, please?
Yeah, Mike, the name is Rick Romeo. Name is Rick Romeo India Charlie Kilo, and the location is Fort Calhoun, Nebraska, which is just north of Omaha, Nebraska, about 20 miles.
Okay, Roger, Rick. Good to have you in. If you're interested in what we're doing, you're always welcome. Rusty, did you copy any of that?
Yes, I did. I was able to copy all of it. He came up there. I didn't hear him very well at first, but he came up there when you picked him up. Appreciate it, Mike. Okay, who else is out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
AG5XP.
AG5XP, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Rusty, for picking me up, and everybody else on here. Everybody's got some good sounding radios there. No complaints over here, picking you up good. Tonight we're on the old gun set up. Got the old GSB 100 hooked up to the GSB 101 amplifier. Got it going out to a homebrew zigzag in the back of the lot G5RB antenna, and microphones. Pick it out of the junk box. CB mic, and that's what we got over here. Back to you, Rusty. AG5XP up here in Brownwood.
Okay. Well, that entire Gonzett station is sounding great there. I'm glad you put it on there. We'll look for you next time. Okay, who's next for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now. Well, I didn't get no response then. You want to take a shot at it, Mike?
Yeah, I can do that. I can try anyway. This is KL7 Charlie Delta. I'm in Greers Ferry, Arkansas. You've stumbled onto the Boat Anchors Unlimited Net 3870. We meet here every night on Wednesday nights, 7:30 Central Time. Anyway, we're looking for check-ins. KL7 Charlie Delta. Anybody wants to talk about boat anchors, come in and check in now. I got dead air, Rusty. K5LYN, you want to pick it up?
Okay, Mike. Hey, well, bring us up to date on your place over there right quick while we're waiting for the band to open up and get a little bit further out there. What's latest on your projects at your new place over there?
Well, I got my shop building, ham radio room, garage kind of thing. It's erected. It's complete, except for overhead doors. They're coming next, and then electrical comes after that. But it's looking really good. And hey, I'm doing what I can.
Now, are you in the country or in a small town? Or tell us exactly where you are, and when can you send me a picture or two?
I can send you pictures tomorrow, no problem. But yeah, I'm in the country. It's on Greers Ferry Lake. I'm not on the lake. I don't have a lake view or anything like that, but I'm a mile and a half from a boat ramp, so I can go fishing or whatever I want to do on the lake really quick.
I've got 2 storage spaces where a lot of stuff is stored. We've got a lot of properties for sale. We did sell the property in Ruidoso, New Mexico, and it sold about 10, 12 days ago, something like that. So we're working on it. You know, it's just it's in progress. QSL.
Okay, well, you've done beautiful work with the station. In another month, you're going to be right here in the room with me. Beautiful audio, nice, strong signal. So good work on your part.
Okay, well, thank you. It took me about 3 weeks to get enough time to really troubleshoot the rig. It was a pretty easy solution. 3 resistors, replaced those 3. And I've got more drive than I've ever had. Since I've been running this rig, this is more drive than I've ever had. But I still put out about 500 watts out of my 30L1. QSL?
Yeah. Well, that's about what the radio was designed to do. It's working well. Okay, all right. Anything else for the group before we pass this thing around the table one more time?
No, go ahead, Lynn.
All right, great net this evening. I'm glad we're all here and able to celebrate better propagation. We're not mid-afternoon trying to talk against the rays of the sun like we were all summer long. Nice to hear everybody. Anybody need to talk to me about vintage radio? We'll pass this thing around the table one more time. Anybody else for me? K5LYN.
Whiskey Alpha 5, Edward David X-Ray.
Okay, there's 2 people. Try me again. Let's see if I can figure out who at least one of them was.
WA5IGG.
IGG. Adolf, talk to us.
Yeah, good afternoon to you, Lynn. It's been quite a while since I've been on the net. Thanks for picking me up. I've just been listening and so enjoying the net, but I haven't been very active on radio. Anyway, we are running the old Drake TR4 homebrew amplifier. So that's what we're running, and hopefully we'll get things going where they'll be better for the winter time.
Yeah, we're all tired of this summer. I've never been this tired of hot weather in my life as I have been this go-round. So I know we're all there, Adolf. Well, nicely done, and we're going to see you up at Belton this time around, I hope.
Well, that is my plan. I missed you last in the spring. Were you there in the spring?
Yeah. I was in the parking lot on Friday and with a friend on Saturday. He had some inside tables. I'm not doing that inside table thing anymore. I want out there in the parking lot where I can come and go as I please, you know. If you're inside, you're trapped.
Okay, QSL. Well, I missed you, so I didn't see you out in the parking lot, although I did go around the tables, and evidently I didn't spot you there. So, you know how it is. Sometimes people come and go at various times, and so, anyway, we'll be looking for you on the next go-around.
Yeah, nice work on that Drake station. Anything else for the group this evening, Adolf?
No, that's all, and hopefully we'll be a little more active here. This is WA5IGG to everybody.
Very nicely done. Who else for the net? K5LYN listening.
KT5L. Edward David X-Ray.
EDX. What do you say, Byron?
Well, I say welcome back, Lynn. Good to hear your old mellow voice on here again. And I've missed the last few weeks, too, also even. Just been too hot to get out here in the barn and try to get on. I think that's my main excuse, but now that it's cooled off under 100, I can actually get back out here in the AC, actually work halfway. I'm very proud to say we got roughly a half-inch of rain Saturday night popped up here. That's the only thing we've ever seen around here in over the summer. And, of course, with it, we had to take, 40, 50 mile an hour wind gusts and a power outage that lasted for about 3 hours afterward. But luckily the sun had gone down and things had cooled off a little bit, so we were able to survive that. Oh, radios. Okay, yeah, I'm on a radio. It's a Kenwood 520S. I'm sure that comes as a shock to everybody. And MC50 mic and barefoot. Also have a boat anchor related
piece of news. I was wondering if anybody knows N5IB over in Louisiana. I got an email from him a couple hours ago, and he wants to recreate his second novice contact on 80 meters CW, I believe. Well, it'll be 60 years ago next September 29th. So only about a month from now. Just a month from now, we had a contact there on CW. So he wanted to know if I was still alive and still on CW. And I guess I'll respond to him and tell him barely. But anyhow, just if anybody knows him, apparently he's a big CW guy still, and big into QRP. That's all I know. So back to you, Lynn. Take the hogs in that, and but everybody's sounding good. Glad to hear the K0 coming here tonight, and looking forward to hearing him on a boat anchor when the weather cools off some. K5LYN, WA5EDX.
Very nicely done, Byron. No, I don't know that fella, but I'm glad y'all made the contact. All right, and we'll look forward to seeing you up at Belton. Anybody need to talk to me before I give this to the next net control, K5LYN?
Yeah, one more thing.
KC5L.
Okay, I got KC5L. Tom, go ahead.
Hey, good evening, Lynn, and everyone on the net. KC5L, Tom in San Antonio. Tonight we're on the modern rig. The 200B, I think, has blown a resistor. I've replaced it, and I think it blew it again. So we need to dig into that and figure out what's wrong. Glad to have you back, Lynn, and sorry to hear about your refrigerator, and hope to see you at Belton. And that's all I got. Back to you, KC5L.
Okay, good luck with the project, and absolutely I'll be at Belton. And it's nice to be home and not driving, for sure. All right, there was one more person checked in. This is absolutely my last contact before I give it to the next net control. K5LYN, listening.
WA5EDX, I just had an addendum.
Go ahead, Byron.
Main thing I meant to mention, I forgot, was there's a Belton warm-up tailgate over here in Granbury on September 9th at Jim Sargent's auction house. Thought I'd throw that out from 7 a.m. till whenever, that's September 9th at his auction house in Granbury. If anybody can come up, whatever, contact me for directions, or Jim Sargent, one or the other, if you don't know where his place is. And there'll just be a few tailgaters. It's not going to be near as big as Belton, so don't expect much if you hadn't been. But I thought I'd pass that out for any North Central Texas guys up here. Back to you, Lynn, WA5EDX.
I wish we could do more of those small tailgate events. We tried here once, and I was the only one that brought any radio, so good luck with it. All right, KM5QS. Hey, Jay, you want to go around the table one more? K5LYN.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot. It's good to hear everybody. I missed it for a while. Of course, I was down, and I was off for about a week for one thing, and a little time for, I don't know, anyway, whatever. Getting old ain't as much fun as they told me it was going to be, but I guess I'll just have to put up with it. All right, folks, it's Jay again, KM5QS, Boat Anchors Unlimited. Anyone we've missed would like to check in, come now. Anyone, anywhere, boat anchor or not, go ahead. Well, I've enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to seeing we'll see y'all next Wednesday probably. And looking forward to seeing everybody in person in Belton. And don't forget now, we're going to have fun in the parking lot. The parking's going to be the same as last year when they, moved us around a little bit. But they had a reason to do that, so we're going to put up in the same place. We're going to have another shrimp boil. Only this time I'm going to let somebody do it that's a little more accomplished at it. And same fellow from Mississippi is going to bring them, but it's going to be a hoot, so we're going to look forward to it. Rusty, take it, KM5QS.
All right, Jay. You are listening to the Boat Anchors Unlimited Net. We're getting ready for the last call here, so is there anybody else out there that wants to check in before we close the door? Come now. Final call for the Boat Anchors Unlimited Net. Anybody, anywhere. You do not have to be in Texas to check in. You do not have to be on a boat anchor as long as you're interested in what we're doing. Come now. Sounds like we pitched the pond drive. Thank everybody for being here. We'll look for y'all next week. This is WK5R, now closing the Boat Anchors Unlimited Net and returning the frequency to normal amateur abuse. WK5R clear.
There was somebody in there, Rusty.
I could not hear him. Somebody there? Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll try it one more time. Kilo Echo 5, Golf Bravo Charlie.
Kilo Echo 5, Golf Bravo Charlie. Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess I'll get in under the wire. It's my first time. I think I've seen, isn't there something on YouTube from about this net? Not a big net guy, but not running a boat anchor, but I love to hear guys talking about it sort of before my time. And I've been getting into a little bit more AM because seem like getting where those are the only guys that talk. But anyway, running the Kenwood 590 SG here, the high gain high tower up just out of 440. So anyway, thanks for getting me in there under the wire. Name's Mike here, and we'll turn it back to net.
Okay. You're running a high tower vertical there. That is the reason I'm having trouble hearing you, because verticals and horizontals don't work that good this close together. And we're probably only about 60 to 80 miles apart, so that's not far enough for the change in polarization there. Appreciate you checking in, and come on back. Again, this is WK5R, closing the Boat Anchors Unlimited Net and return the frequency to normal amateur abuse. WK5R. Sure did get quiet.
Yeah, it does.